Hello. Our research is on sale forecasting for the tile market using time series and regression techniques. Main author is Sachin Ratnayak and presented by Dinesh Asanka. That's me. So, sale forecasting in the tile industry is a complex, mainly due to the customer preferences are changing time to time with tile size, tile color, size, and design, along with the other influencing economic factors, discounts, and then there are trade models, past sales, there are microeconomics indicators. So, therefore, considering all these factors, predicting the tile sales are uh, has become a complex due to many of these reasons, as we have said here. So it's very important to the forecast the the tile market. For that we can use practically, we can plan the production, we can do the inventory management, sales and marketing planning can be done if we can do the proper forecasting for the tile sales. So, research question that we are looking at is how can the accuracy of sales forecasting in the tile market be improved by using time series and regression-based machine learning algorithms incorporating historical sales, economic indicators, market trends, and promotional discounts. We looked at the previous research that is done on this particular area, and we after going through the Prisma framework, we have reviewed 46 papers on this particular subject. So then we came up with the conceptual framework for the research. So we looked at four main indicators: historical sales data, economic indicators, market trends, and promotional discounts. By considering all these four areas, we are predicting the revenue forecast for the tiles. And then we divide those into different indicators. I'm not going to discuss all these indicators here. So each we look at the transaction sales, net sales, gross sales over the last few years. When it comes to economic indicators, we look at the GDP growth, inflation rate, interest rate, and with respect to the market trends, we look at the product color, product size, and so on and so forth. So then we did the research design for this particular the identified problem. So we look at the research problem, we define the hypothesis, and then we collect the data from ERP existing ERP solution, and we look at to get the GDP. We look at the government publications, and then we did the data pre-processing was done, and then we look at the p-value testing was done for the hypothesis. Then we did a data split, take a test and training data split, and we did the machine learning model, and then we did the comparison, and we evaluate the results using R2, RMSE, and mean average error. So then we did the business evaluation as well. Rather than simply rely on the technical evaluation, we rely on the business evaluation and well. Then finally we recommended the ML model. So so this is another way of presenting in detail. So we look at the the indicators. We did the data pre-processing. We did the missing value imputations, stationary testing, outlier detection, normal testing. So we did all this testing, and then we look at different machine learning algorithms in order to predict the forecasted value. Then we did the technical evaluation using these parameters, and we did the business evaluation where we really look at the predicted and evaluate with the actual sales in the sales data. So then we predicted the sales revenue, which was our dependent variable. So these are the different techniques we use. So I'm not going to discuss details in this. So for each pre-processing task, we use different technique. For example, stationary testing, we use augmented decay Fuller test, and skewness test, we use the skew function to find the skew the detection. So then we look at the data from 2022 to 2024 using the ERP and CRM and the government reports. We look at the different data types, we look at only last few years, because if you go beyond 2 years, the data might not be valid. So we look at only 2 years, mainly considering the economic downturn we had in the country, as well as the corona factors as well. Where during the corona time we had a downward in the yeah, the building industry, construction industry, that will have an impact on the sales, which it's a total outlier which we haven't used for our analysis. So we use the 295,000 100 records with 30 variables, and then we look at, so these are our analysis, correlation and p-value testing was done for different factors, so gross sales and net sales. Likewise, we did different factor analysis was done. So you can see tile square meter is totally correlate with the gross sales. So then we look at the GDP growth and the sales revenue, inflation versus negative sales. So we saw inflation has a negative impact on the sales, then the interest rate versus sales revenue, size tiles versus sales revenue. So we look at all these correlation factors for different months. So likewise, we carried out correlation testing for different factors. Yeah. So then we did the first step. In the implementation process, we pre-process the data, we split the data, evaluate the results, and select the best machine learning model. So we use decision tree regression, random forest regressor, gradient boosting regressor, XBoost regressor, light boost regressor, cat boost regressor. All the details are there for each and every step, each and every algorithm. Short-term LSTM, REMA, which is the standard technique that typically people are using. In the Bayesian right regression. So these are the parameters for all those techniques that we use, and we did two type of the predictions. One is for monthly and other one is for quarterly. So we, out of this, the best model for the monthly forecasting was the random forest regression, and whereas for the quarterly forecasting, the best model was the light gradient boosting the technique. So these are the forecasted values. So we have the value until 2000 for January. Then we forecasted until up to 2016. And then we had the business. We did the same thing for the quarterly as well. So this one, previous one was the monthly. This one was the quarterly. So we did the evaluation for the business model as well, with the inventory management, with the operation efficiency and marketing sales optimization was done by using this output. So contribution final, so we are addressing the forecast gaps in the ceramic tile industry using regression and time series model, integrated economic indicators, introduced machine learning models, compared performance of regression models with time series as well as with the time series and regression models. We included the macroeconomic indicators, which is the main gap in the research that we try to fill. And then the customer preferences we looked at. Promotional discount impact also was looked at during the seasonal and non-seasonal time. So we look at the multivariable forecasting approach, and then importance of data integration such as GDP and everything. And also we provide strategy guidance for inventory, pricing and marketing aspects in the tile market. So future work, we are looking at real-time integration. Currently, we are doing a batch work. So we are trying to integrate with the real-time integration, and different location-wise we can predict. Currently, we are looking at only one as a whole. So we can look at the location-wise. Then we can do the customer segmentation depending on the different customers, corporate, individual. We can do the forecasting differently. And then economic shock adaptability depending on the sudden economic disruption such as pandemic, recession and policy changes, how this is being impacted to the industry. So that's all for our presentation. So hope you have learned something. Waiting for the questions.